Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy J Suave. I'm the host of J Suave TV. And as y'all see from this backdrop, I'm finally ready to give y'all my official review of this phenomenal Marvel movie, Thunderbolts with Asterisk. I rewatched the movie last night with my girlfriend and solidified what I already knew. This movie is one of them one. This movie and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 are fighting for the best movie of Phase 5. I'm telling y'all. If you one of those who's giving up on Marvel for whatever reason, let me not say whatever reason. I know the quality of movie/TV series from Marvel has dropped. But if Marvel's proven anything with Thunderbolts is that they still got it in a bag when they want to turn it on. I mean, for you to assemble a cast of characters like this from so many different series and movies within the MCU, throw them together for the first time, but make it feel like they've been a group for the longest time, that shit gave me very first Avengers movies vibes while I was watching. So much so that, spoiler alert, but they literally are called the new Avengers. And I don't care what the public was saying at the end of the movie, this new Avengers team is solid to me. The work they put in this movie to end the threat that was the Sentry cannot be understated. These are niggas that don't have power. I guess unless you want to include Ghost, who could just phase through things. Shit barely useful. She can only do it for a minute at a time. But everybody else here is just figuring out what the skills that they have against this Sentry, who they jackin as one of the strongest Marvel beings that we've seen up to this point. But they said he got the power of like 100 suns or something like that. That shit is vicious. But despite all the doubt from many different directions, from fans, the Val's hating ass, and from even the Thunderbolts themselves, they came and delivered in this movie. But all those things said, I'm not even gonna waste no more time. I'm just gonna get right into my thoughts on this immaculate movie. But y'all already know what y'all gotta do before I get to yapping. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all those things. And let me tell you exactly why Thunderbolts put the MCU back on the map. Now, in my Sinners review, I reviewed the movie from top to bottom. I'm not gonna go about this video like that. What I'm gonna do instead is give y'all a little overview of what happened in the movie. Try to give y'all the least amount of yapping that I can in the overview, because I got a lot more that I want to talk about in this video. Over the post-credit scene and try to talk about each of these Thunderbolts characters if I still have time at the end of the video, one by one. Except for Taskmaster, who we just gonna get out the way right this instant. I don't know what Marvel was cooking. I seen reports that she had a much bigger role that she was supposed to have in the movie. I don't know what happened that they did not have this role, but for them to be in all this promotional imaging, just to take her out within 5 minutes, I don't even know if she lasted 5 minutes into her introduction. That shit was trash. I'm not even a Taskmaster hater, unlike Ghost, so we gonna talk about later on in this review. The inclusion of Taskmaster, when you realize she didn't have that big of a role, is just like a head scratcher for her. Her inclusion in this movie did nothing to move the story along. And then Yelena and Ghost go have a conversation about Taskmaster after Ghost took her out earlier on in the movie, trying to pay homage to the character and give her a send-off. It's too late for that. Respect to the actress that played Taskmaster in the Black Widow movie, but as far as I'm concerned, you are not a new Avenger, and we gonna leave it at that. Now let's talk about this movie. Start the movie off with Yelena, who's not in the best place right now. She's been doing work for hire for Val de Fontaine, but she's not really fulfilled in the work she's doing. After she gets done with an assignment that she performs in this movie, she goes to visit the Red Guardian, who she ain't seen in some years. They get to catching up. She's asking how he's doing, if his work is fulfilling him. He says yeah, but we know he's capping. The most work Son probably doing right now is Uber Eats, if we be honest, with that big ass red limo he got. Yelena tells him she's about to stop doing work for Val, which he's kinda against. He says that the most purpose he felt in his life was when he was saving people. He felt like a god doing that work, and even references Black Widow, saying that she had that understanding as well with the work she did with the Avengers, trying to convince Yelena to stay on that path. So she gives Val a call saying, look, this is gonna be my last mission that I'm doing with you of this sense. After this, I need something more fulfilling. This is when we see all the Thunderbolts come in at each other after Val sends them to the same location to take each other out, because Val is dealing with a court case on the other end. I mean, shorty is face to face with Congress. My nigga Bunk is on the stand trying her ass. And we also got Bucky, who's now a congressman. I guess we learned that in the Captain America Brave New World movie. You know, the movie he was in for like 5 minutes? Yeah, she's being questioned about her organization, Oxcourt, and the work that they're doing. They heard about the Sentry Project. Al argues that she's been trying to create a hero group for a minute now to combat all of the different things we've seen going on throughout the world right now. Obviously, we don't have an Avengers at the moment, but we still got Avengers level threats in the Red Hulk from the last movie. But she argues her assembling this group as well as working on the Sentry Project is a way to combat all the BS that's going on in the world. But we know Val, she's treacherous as hell, and we see that directly with how she throws the Thunderbolts together, trying to get them to kill each other. The only one ending up dead being Taskmaster is really crazy work. Like, I'm telling y'all, when I first seen Taskmaster died, I was shocked as hell. No way y'all did shorty like that after how well she was doing in the Black Widow movie. And then I had Ghost sorry ass be the one to take her out. Like, bruh, it's like trash shaking out the trash at that point. See the group working together to get out of this facility along with my boy Bob, who just so happened to be here. They work together on many different occasions to get up out of this base, and I like how the intro establishes the fact that these people do not trust each other. And they shouldn't, they just met. But at the same time showing how well they work together, even though they doubt themselves at first. The movie does such a good job at showing how much these characters value themselves in this moment. I really like when John Walker is giving exposition on Yelena and Ghost's character, and then Ghost gives exposition on John Walker's character, give more insight on these characters in case you didn't watch their TV series or movie, but also allows them to give more exposition on themselves later on when they're trying to climb up the tower, detailing how effed up their lives have been up until this point. As I said earlier, you see how well they work together as a team off of the rip escaping this base. From start to finish, they even able to get a whole armored truck to get up out of there. But when John Walker gets to talking to dudes that Val has assigned to raid the base after learning that they didn't kill each other in there, and fails spectacularly, Bob gives himself up and they start shooting at my son, which gives Elena and them the opportunity to escape, but then Bob gets back up, turns into the sentry and starts wilding. The boy did like 50 backflips into the air just to come right back down. So yeah, now Bob's in Val's possession. Meanwhile, Yelena, Ghost, and John Walker make their way up out of the base. They get picked up by Red Guardian, and the dialogue between him, Yelena, and the rest of the group is hilarious. We gotta talk about David Harbour's range, because Hopper and Red Guardian are two different characters. Trying to make their way out the desert, but Val sent men to go after them, making sure they can expose any secrets about the Sentry Project. There's this scene where the Red Guardian makes a Molotov, throws it back at the truck, and it starts flaming up. The flame immediately goes out. Like, oh my god. The movie does such a good job at emphasizing that these guys are losers. That was deadass top 3 funny scenes in the movie. Me and my girlfriend could not stop laughing when we seen that man do that shit. On top of the fact that the damn limo couldn't go over 50 miles per hour, the shit is just, you can't make it up. Luckily, Bucky comes to save the day, but not really. He ends up imprisoning all of them, telling him he's gonna turn them in, until Val's assistant says that Val has Bob and she is treating him foul. He is not in the condition to be the Sentry, so they decide to assemble each other, go to the Avengers Tower, press Val, and save Bob. Of course, that does not happen. My son goes full Sentry, uses his ability to disappear mad people. So after the Thunderbolts take their first L as a group, Yelena decides she's gonna go into Bob's shadow solo, but you know they come following in right after. And after helping Bob fight a lot of his demons from his past, come face to face with the Dark Sentry version of himself. It's here we see all the other Thunderbolts pressed up against walls, so Bob has to fight his dark self. He's winning, but seeing him become the version of himself that he never wanted to become, Yelena and the rest of them step in and save Bob from becoming the Void. After this, they manage to come out the Void safe and sound. They approach Val. They about to get her up off the board, but then she announces that they are the new Avengers. Hence the asterisk of Thunderbolts. Yeah, they're only named Thunderbolts off of Yelena's Pee-wee soccer team from back in the day. Red Guardian is the one that gave him the name. I like Thunderbolts a lot more personally, but admittedly, the new Avengers got more aura. We go into the second post-credit scene of this movie with the 14-month time skip. The new Avengers is not just a gimmick. They're dead ass the new Avengers. They got patches on their uniforms and everything. See, Sam Wilson's Captain America doesn't appreciate the fact that they jackin' the new Avengers because they kinda tried. They're the B team. He's not trying to jack that. I'd love to see how he dealt with the Sentry himself though. My son used talking no jutsu to deal with the Red Hulk, but he hating on the new Avengers. Alright. Dealing with copyright claims or whatever, but more importantly, apparently we're dealing with an outer space crisis, and we see something going on in outer space on this big screen. We get a ship that has the number 4 on it, looking like it's about to crash down somewhere. Obviously, this is building up hype for the new Fantastic Four movie. I like how this mirrors how Avengers Infinity War ended, with Nick Fury making a call to Captain Marvel and having her movie fall in line next after Infinity War. And the same thing with Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, so I'm looking forward to that drop in 2 months' time. Now, I think I'm going to drop an early predictions video on what I think is going to happen in this Fantastic Four movie. This is a lot of moving parts, right? You got the female Silver Surfer, you got Galactus, and you potentially got RDJ's Doctor Doom. I'm thinking the movie could end in one of 2 ways, but we'll talk about that in that video potentially. Now, you already seen my early thoughts on the movie. I gave it an 8.75 out of 10 at first. After the second watch, I'm bumping this up to a 9.5. This is an underdog story I didn't expect to see in the MCU at all, especially this late in the multiversal saga. I didn't know how I was going to feel about this group of characters coming together for this movie, much less calling them the Avengers. So for me to now jack them as my Avengers, that's just a testament to the level of chemistry that they all shared on screen together. I also love how they tackled real shit in this movie. Everybody here has a story and a past that they're trying to run from, making them feel less than because of it, or that their life doesn't matter as a result of those actions. But I really loved how this movie gave all these characters, even Bob, a chance at a second chance, and put them through multiple trials and tribulations to show that they are capable, that the decisions of your past don't define who you are or who you'll end up being. Overall, I really love seeing these characters on screen, and I look forward to seeing them again in a future Marvel movie.